Hey, welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. It is crunch time. It is sponsored by Fanduel, and it is the show where we bring on two of the sharpest minds in the biz to break down some of the best slates in the biz, and sometimes some of the worst slates as well. We got our guy Derek Carty coming in. He is the creator, inventor, and CEO of the Bat and the Bat X Enterprises. What up, Carty?
What's going on? This is definitely one of those ladder slates that you described.
Not great. I did not realize, because I really only look at the weather. That's all I look at, and the weather's not an issue. I did not realize it was only 3 games, and they're early. I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, it's a small slate. It's kind of a gross slate. We got the early lock. It is what it is. We're here. We're here.
Right. We're here, and like no complaints about the early lock. I get to dinner a little bit earlier. You know, all of these things that works for me.
How was your pulled pork? How was your pulled pork?
It was good. It's still a little dry. I can't figure out. I don't know. Lower and slower, I guess. Still a little dry. Still still tweaking the recipe. I don't have a smoker, so I'm doing it in the oven. So it's like, is that the best?
That's amateur hour.
Amateur hour for sure. We got Tasteful Tides, Tim, as well. What up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah. Blake Snell, he got there in the early slate big time, so that was good for me, and that was it was a good early slate for me, at least profitable. Nothing crazy, but
I'm really curious. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all right. No, go ahead.
I'm just really curious what the chat thinks of Blake Snell. Like, I don't know how that isn't just like one of those like brain implosion things, because like early in the year, chat said Blake Snell was completely washed up and he was terrible, and now he's been good for a little while. So like, do they think he's amazing? Do they think he's terrible? Like, I don't even understand what their logic could be about Blake Snell.
Well, let's hear it, chat. Let us know where you stand on Blake Snell now, because we knew where it was early on, and now we need to know where we're at now. Guys, I mentioned we do have the early lock here. I think what is lock in 20 minutes? Is it at 40?
Yeah, it's at 6:40. Yep.
Okay. Well, I would do the Dean thing and chit chat and hang out and pontificate on whatever we want, but we got to get to. I guess it's only 3 games. We probably realistically still have plenty of time.
We'll have plenty of time.
Yeah. But let's go ahead. We'll dive into it here. I mentioned there's no real weather concerns. It might rain like that much in New York, but literally only that much. Not going to be a problem. So let's talk about pitchers. By the way, Mike says, I always like Snell, even when others say not to play him. Greg says Snell will get destroyed his next start. So I think it's like, do the opposite of what the field does on Snell. That might be smart. Like, you know, he's still inconsistent. So interesting takes. Let's talk about the pitchers here, Carty. There's no Blake Snell to save you. So what do we have to do?
So we have a very clear top tier and a very clear bottom tier. The top tier is Shane McClanahan, and that's it. He's good. The only like legitimately good pitcher on this slate, or legitimately great pitcher on this slate. He's facing the Kansas City Royals at home in Tropicana, and you need to be playing him in cash games everywhere.
Yeah.
The bottom tier is Jose Cuas, who's just opening for Kansas City and projects for 2 points.
Oh, no
and
good.
then everybody else on the slate, the other 4 guys, all project within a couple points of each other. So that is kind of the shape of pitching today. You can play any of them except for Jose Cuas. And even then, if he goes out and pitches 2 innings with 4 strikeouts, like he might be almost as good as some of these other options. So like,
yikes.
I don't think I'd do it, but like there are semi-realistic scenarios.
So let's talk about like what the cash build is on DK, where I assume McClanahan is in there, and then you need one of these other dudes to not suck.
Yeah, you literally can play any of them except for Mitch Keller, because he's just so much more expensive than the other ones and is no better. He actually projects a little bit worse than all of them.
Gotcha.
I think you probably go Braxton Garrett, but you could do cheaper with Brian Wu. If you wanted to, I guess you could do Domingo Germán, but it's probably Garrett or Wu for me.
Okay. And then tournament takes, do you want me to go to you for that, or should I kick it over to Tim? Because I am intrigued.
I mean, they all project the same. They all project for similar ownership. Like, I don't think there is a tournament take, so I'm curious if Tim has one.
Oh, there's a tournament take. Wait. What about not playing the one dude who everyone's playing? How's that for a tournament take?
You could definitely do that.
You could definitely do that. McClanahan, I mean, I think Carty's, the Bat has him as like around 70% owned. You know, that's sky high. Now, full disclosure, I am playing him. You know, but I mean, if you wanted to go do a build with Garrett and Woo, that's completely fine. I mean, I really don't. McClanahan is obviously the clear top option, clearly the most talented pitcher on the slate, but I don't think like by any means that you have to play him because Garrett and Woo, I mean they're close and they are significantly cheaper, so it allows you to pay up for some of those more premium bats. Like in the 121 single entry, McClanahan's going to be like, I would imagine like 85% owned. Like he's going to be super, super high owned. Sometimes people like they want to stack against the chalkiest pitcher on the slate. I don't know. I mean, you could do whatever you want tonight. You could do that. I don't see a lot of value in doing that, but I mean, that's always a way of getting super different. On these slates is the stack against the chalkiest pitcher. But
what's your favorite pairing here? What is your favorite SP1 and 2, both like cash and GPPs?
I'm going McClanahan Woo. That's what I'm doing. It's probably I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm hoping that Woo is lower owned than Garrett. I don't have a lot of conviction on that. I'm not positive that's going to be the case. I'm hoping that Garrett will be the second highest owned pitcher, and that Woo will be like the third or fourth. Because I think Mitch Keller will get some ownership also. So I'm hoping I'm not doing the chalkiest pairing. I could be though.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
I mean, it's totally what I would do. Like, I would definitely play the good guy and the cheapest dude, like that.
Right,
but also
that tends to be the obvious choice of going the star and the scrub, but like Woo isn't a scrub though. Like he's a really, really talented young pitcher, and the bat likes him, which the bat doesn't usually like the young kids. So it's I'm going to take a shot on him.
Okay. Speaking of the bat, give a shout out to Michael Dompier in the chat. He says, the bat is the best, no doubt. Just trust it. That's a good little...
That's good advice.
It's a good endorsement, too. Like, I feel like you should clip that and, sell with that. Hammer says it is true, Mike. It is very, very good. Okay, let's talk. Tim, if you don't mind real quick, if you could maybe turn the gain down a wee bit. I feel like you're coming in a little hot. I don't know if you have that capability.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, just a little bit. Not even crazy. In the meantime, Cardi, if you could walk me through what the stacks are, I assume. Oh, I guess Kulas is not just a crappy pitcher. He's an opener. So maybe that's not the obvious.
Right. It's not even like you're doing a great job picking on him.
Right.
The Rays do technically project as the best team tonight, but they all project so similarly that it's not even like any of them, I'm going to say, are like better than the others. Like it's the kind of slate where you can literally stack any team. Even the Royals against McClanahan don't project that much worse than everyone else. I don't know if you have to go out of your way to stack them, like Tim said, because just not having McClanahan might be different enough on this slate.
Yeah.
But if you're in like a super high entry, kind of thing, you can certainly think about stacking the Royals, but otherwise you can stack literally any of them. The ownership looks fairly efficient on them. So I don't even have like a real strong, like just stack this team kind of thing. Like you just mix them up.
Okay. There's a blender. Stack whoever you want. Stack whoever you want.
It really is.
Okay. Tim, I'm going to need some favorites out of you. I'm going to put the pressure on you. Do you agree that they're all equal? And which, in your heart of hearts, which team is calling to you that you feel you're going to be stacking?
I am going Pirates, Rays. And then on FanDuel, I have a team where I have a 4-2-2 with Rays, Mariners, Pirates.
Very good.
So that's kind of where I'm at. But I like the Mariners quite a bit. But Cardi's right. There really isn't a lot separating any of these teams. It's really about lineup construction. If you're going to make a 5-3 tonight, I would try to eat salary. That way you're not duped, eating salary, doing things like that, doing yourself a favor by trying to get different by eating money and things of that nature. Maybe making, playing one or two hitters against your pitcher or something like that. Like you have to be very, very conscious of trying to get different tonight. That way you're not duped.
So the kind of day where you could 5-stack a team and leave out one of the better hitters and bring in a random dude in the 8-hole or something.
Or that, or, eat like $3,000, $4,000,
That's so
like
crazy.
I know it's weird, but I
can't do it.
I mean, if you're making like 50 teams tonight, like you should be doing that.
Yeah. Very interesting. I do also want to bring up a point that Squirrel brought up on the show earlier today. Tim, were you on the show with me? Right? You were there, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. About playing a guy against your pitcher. And it blew my mind so much so that I'm bringing it up again. And maybe this is common knowledge, Cardi. Maybe this is something that you already think of. But if you're playing a dude against your pitcher, play someone with speed, because while a home run helps the hitter and hurts your pitcher, a swiped bag has no direct impact to the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly do that. McClanahan's not a guy that's like easy to steal on. Like, I don't know if he was talking about it in regards to maybe like Snell or Nola or someone today who like are really easy to steal on. And so it makes more sense against guys like that. Like, you can do it, I think. I wouldn't do a full stack if you're playing McClanahan, but like one or two guys I think is probably fine on this slate.
Sure. Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. I had never heard that thought, but it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We've got about 11 minutes. Let's go position by position. Jan Alt says, I have $7,500 left. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you started with, but that's amazing.
I was on a showdown show for football once, and somebody was like, can I eat 15, 20,000? And I wanted to say no, but I said sure. And they won $1 million. So
stop it.
Yeah, no, it's true. I wanted to be like, no, it's probably not a good idea, but they won $1 million. So
oh my God. That's amazing. Well, good thing you didn't answer that the wrong way.
Right.
Way to hold firm, man.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's kind of zip around the bags here real quick. We'll start at the catcher spot. Cardi, what do we have? We got the big dumper.
Is Cal Raleigh the big dumper? Who's the big dumper?
It's Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
I thought so.
Because he's got a big butt, which is like it's just, I don't know, a weird reason for that nickname, but that's why.
Yeah, catcher's kind of gross. It's the kind of position where honestly you can make a case for literally any of these guys. Salvador Perez is going to be the top guy with big dumper, not too far behind and quite a bit cheaper. So if you're going up, I do think you probably go with Raleigh. If you're going down, you can play any of them. Nick Fortes at 3-1, Mejia at 2-6. You can do Hedges for the minimum if you want. Like, it's the kind of slate where they're all viable.
Okay. Tim, anything you want to add to that?
Not really. No. I think we just go right over to first.
Let's do it. What do you got?
So my favorite is Luke Raleigh for the Rays. He's 4,600 on DraftKings. He's, I think, 3,400 on Fanduel. He's
33.
He's my personal favorite. Ty France is cheap on both sites. I think Herman is reverse splits. Am I wrong, Cardi?
Let me double check that. I think you might be right. Yeah, he's reverse splits.
Yeah, I like Ty France quite a bit on both sites. He's cheap. And then I don't know. I think I would try to stay away from the Yankees, I guess. I mean, just not because they're bad. I mean, just because I think they're probably going to be the highest owned. So, or, they're going to be one of the highest owned. So it's like, kind of like, for me, it's like Rays, Mariners, Pirates.
Okay. Cardi, your thoughts at first?
I like the Rays guys for sure. Anthony Rizzo, though, is the one that I think I like the most here. He's cheaper than most of these other guys, and he projects the best by the bat. He's 4.2 on DraftKings. He's 28 on FanDuel. I think he's awesome. If you need to save more money, Connor Joe on FanDuel, where he's eligible at first at 2.4, I think is a really strong option. And otherwise, it's kind of just like, guys in your stacks or one-offing the Rays guys.
Gotcha. All right. Mr. Andrew says, is it possible to have a DFS team / group bankroll for DFS? I'm pretty sure that is explicitly not allowed in the terms of engage in terms of whatever the hell it is. You're not allowed to do that, right?
Like the terms of service of the sites.
Thank you.
You're not really allowed to do that.
You're not allowed.
Though there are suspicions. There are suspicions that people attempt it, but I have faith that our sponsor FanDuel would shut that down. Okay, second base, Cardi. What do we got?
Our top guy at second is going to be Luis Arias. On FanDuel, I think he's a little more attainable than he is on DraftKings, but I think you're probably just looking to save money at this position. On DraftKings, the guy you're probably doing it with is Jose Caballero for Seattle. He is hitting 8th, but he's cheap. It's a crap slate. It is what it is. You can go down and punt with Vidal Brujan for the Rays if you want. Over on FanDuel, though, you're probably playing someone more like Arias or Gleyber Torres or John Birdie, who's in a pretty good spot and is really cheap. He's obviously has that crazy triple position eligibility like he always has, but second base might be the best spot to use him tonight.
Okay. By the way, Kirkwood, our guy in the chat, says, I need a winner. He's getting crushed here. He needs a winner, Cardi. So while Tim gives us some thoughts at second and third, I want you to find your very best bet for our guy Kirkwood. No pressure.
Dude, the bets tonight are gross. Hopefully you took Alex Wood's unders today because that was the best one. But I'll find something for him.
All right. We'll search for you, man. Tim, what do you got at second?
Yeah, the only other guys at second I'd mention are Castro for the Pirates and Taylor Walls for the Rays. And I'll just go right over the third.
Please do.
I think Brian Hayes is the top play. He's 2,800 on FanDuel. He is 3,700 on DraftKings. I think that price is really, really strong. Suarez, I would say, would be my next favorite guy. And then I think that's pretty much it. Third base is pretty weak on this slate.
Okay. Cardi, your thoughts at third and a winner for Kirkwood. No pressure on a slate that you already said has no good bets.
Yeah, Brian Hayes is definitely the top guy. I think you kind of get him in cash, and he's going to be great in GPPs. If you want to go down, I don't hate Maikel Garcia leading off against McClanahan for 2.9 on DraftKings. I think he's totally viable on a slate like this. I like Eugenio Suarez quite a bit in tournaments on FanDuel as a power play.
Okay.
All right. And if you need a bet, again, I have not bet any of these tonight myself because I don't like them enough. Mm-hmm. But if you find the best lines on these, you might be all right. So one, super gross. Everyone's going to hate me. Shane McClanahan under 18.5 McClanahan, -121 at Caesars.
What does that mean? I'm sorry, 18.5.
18.5 outs. So
okay, gotcha.
As long as he doesn't pitch into the 7th inning, which I mean, he can if he's dominant, which he a lot of times is, but he is kept on a kind of short leash because of the Rays, and that's what it is. Okay. The other one that is interesting is Luke Raley under 0.5 hits +163 at Bet Rivers, Unibet, any Camby book. It's about a 50-50 shot on that one.
But with good odds.
Yeah, but it's really good odds, and it's really good compared to where some of the sharper books are. Like if you look at what Pinnacle's line on that is, he's +119, and you can get him at +163 at Camby book. So you got to like that.
Those are pretty good bets for things that you like were straight up. There's no good bets. And then I feel like those are well thought out good bets. So good stuff. Okay. I think we're at Tim's thoughts on third, I think.
No, but I mean, I already did third, but I'll just
bring us to short.
I'll run this to short real quick.
Yeah.
I think if there's a one-off against Shane McClanahan, it's Bobby Witt. He's got great power and speed combination, so you kind of get best of both worlds. So if there is like a one-off Royal, that would probably be my favorite. I'm not saying that you have to do that, and I am a little bit concerned that would be the most popular choice also. But in a vacuum, he would be the best one-off. And then my next favorite would be Taylor Walls again, shortstop, try position eligibility on FanDuel, 2,800.
Okay. Cardi, any thoughts at short other than those?
I love Bobby Witt too. I think he's the top guy tonight. Shortstop is really gross. I don't care that he's against McClanahan. I just want to pay up for him. If you need to save money, Joey Wendell is probably the guy you're doing it with on DraftKings. You can maybe also consider Rodolfo Castro on FanDuel.
Okay. How about the outfield, Cardi?
So Julio Rodriguez is our top guy tonight, if for no other reason than just because like he's the big name talent on this slate, and the slate is small. The Rays guys are going to be good, especially in tournaments. Arozarena. We mentioned Brujan as a cheap guy earlier. You can play him in the outfield. I like the Seattle guys a lot. Aside from Rodriguez, Kelenic and Teoscar Hernandez are also going to be both really good plays. I like McCutchen quite a bit tonight. Ji-Hwan Bae in the same lineup I like tonight, and Connor Joe on FanDuel in the same lineup tonight.
Okay. Tim, any other names you want to add there in the outfield?
No, I think we should save a couple minutes for QQs if we got any.
We got a couple minutes and a couple QQs. I'll start with Instrumental, who says, was it Garrett or Wu at SP2? And the answer was take your pick. Kind of, right?
It's Wu for me, but I don't know what Cardi would say.
I don't have a strong lean. I think Wu's fine. I think Wu's good. I think you can do Garrett also.
Yeah. Also worth noting, if you're hanging out with us in the Discord, we're moving into the live stream chat channel. That's where I'm taking questions from now. I'll see if I can hop in the crunch time to see if there were questions real quick. So many damn channels. I don't even know if I can find it, guys. So hop in at the very top there. There is the live stream chat. That's where I'll be taking any questions from going forward as we make a little pivot here. Your favorite stack from Boss Bra. Tim, your favorite stack?
Mine would be Rays.
Okay. Cardi, you said they're all kind of equal to you, but if you were forced to pick one,
it's probably the Rays for me too, but it's not like a strong lean.
Okay. We got less than a minute until lock. We essentially have answered all the questions already. Jan says Keller 10 Ks tonight with 2 earned.
It's possible.
Yeah. All right. We're not going to say no. Ashvin Suresh says, Cardi, you want Siri and Rayleigh? That's Raley, not the other one. Siri and Raleigh or Arozarena and Sanchez?
I'm trying to think. What Sanchez? Jesus Sanchez? Yeah, it's probably that one. Arozarena and Sanchez.
All right. Very good. Bill pointing out there were no questions in the crunch time. Thank you. I appreciate that. How about your guy Olivares as a last piece in a DK GPP, Tim?
Sure. As long, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
There's almost no wrong answers on a 3-game slate, right? Like,
I would say that's true. I wouldn't get too carried away with playing Kansas City, though. That's the only thing that I'd say. Unless
don't pitch. Don't pitch the guy who's only going to pitch 1 inning, and don't full stack Kansas. Those are like the 2 things that are like probably not.
You can full stack Kansas City, but don't do it if you're going to pitch McClanahan. Is what I was going to say. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, guess what? We have hit the lock, and that is our duties. Getting out of here early is nice. I love hanging out with you guys, but I also love eating. So I'm gonna go do that. We're gonna look at that. We got a little dinner time, little graphic emoji going on. Hammer says, "What is Kevin's favorite alcoholic drink?"
Kevin loves shots. Every time I see him,
it is absolutely not shots. True story. I only have shots once a year, and it's when I see Derek Carty. That's literally the only time I drink liquor all year, and it always ends in me doing stupid shit.
Ends in glorious
fashion. It always ends embarrassingly. The answer is beer, Pacifico. I drink Pacifico like it's water, so that's the move. All right, we're gonna bounce on out of here for Cardi, for Tim, for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you, and we will catch you tomorrow. You have been crunched.